Today, we are working on 3 projects simultaneously. The first project is for the kids. We are going to be leveling out this spot of ground so that we can put up our swimming pool. For our second project, I'm going to take this tire and move it over here so it can become a water trough to replace this water trough, which has a tremendous leak in it. You can see it's covered the ground. It was leaking bad enough in this spot that it still has a puddle after 2 days of it not being here. I moved it from here to there so that we can put the tire back over here. And this is where our water trough will stay. We'll use that tire. It'll be about twice as big as the metal one. Our third project is to move these pigs from here to back there. We've had these pigs housed here for several years now. The first year we only had 1 pig. Every year we've gotten more. We now have 5 pigs in here. It's getting a little cramped. This pen here is 14 by 24 feet. That is 366 square feet, which equals 67 square feet per pig. Fun fact, the average commercial pig farm offers 8 square feet per pig. This is nearly 10 times that. Not quite, but close. They are not crammed in here by any means, but it is more cramped than I'd like. Beyond that, this spot where their house is, I want to become a greenhouse. Also, some of you have voiced concern about the size of pen that these pigs are in. Like I said, they're not cramped in here by any means, but we don't want to have the trashiest farm on YouTube. So we're gonna move these guys to a bigger lot. One of the primary reasons why we have not put these pigs out here before is because of the difficulty of getting water. We actually had pigs out here when we initially moved in for just one fall. It was very difficult because we had to run water through where the cows were, so we were hauling water in and out every day, hauling hoses back and forth, because if we left the hoses out, the cows chewed on them. Now that we've put this hydrant out here, it'll be much easier to haul the water. I mean, it's just a few feet. We can leave the one hose here, don't have to worry about the cows getting at it. So time to move these pigs. A few days ago I came out here and I placed some of these posts in locations where I thought would be best for them. They're just rough. We'll have to kind of adjust them as we go. But before we do that, we're gonna run our wire out loosely so we can figure out the pattern where we need to run the wire. This wire has to run all the way back to the shop to connect to the electric fence. So I don't want to cut it. I want to run it all in one strand all the way back there so that we can adjust this as we need and we don't have specific lengths of electric fence out here. That way it's adjustable, and as time goes on and we make some improvements, we can change this if we don't cut that wire. If we cut it, we can't reuse it. We'll have to make short runs of it, or we have to splice it, which is not terrible, but it's not ideal. We made it back to the shop. It's getting hot out here. My camera's starting to overheat in the sun. But we're here at the shop. We've got a bunch of extra line of this electric fence. So I'm gonna tie it off here and we're gonna string it back through the other way, and whatever extra I have on the end, we're gonna start wrapping around the side of the cows. You can see those panels around the cows. That is because the cows keep pushing through that fence on that side. It is not built very well and got trampled when the neighbor put his cows in. So the panels have been up. I'm gonna run some electric fence on there, and then maybe we might test another day taking those panels down and seeing if that electric fence keeps them in. While I pull this wire through, I'll let you see the progress that Andrea is making on the swimming pool. I've got my wire pulled all where it needs to be. Now we just need to start getting some insulators on these. There's a couple spots where this wire doubles back on itself. I'm gonna try to use one insulator and put the wire through it twice. I don't know if that's gonna work, but that's where we're going next, is putting these insulators in, and then we just have to pull this tight, and we should be ready to put pigs in here. I think this part's gonna go pretty quick. I am putting these insulators about 18 inches off the ground. That's where the wire's gonna sit. Mind you, pigs, generally speaking, will not try to go over an electric fence. They're going to try to go under it. So I want it low enough that as they try to go under it, it hits them right bridge of the head, whatever you call that, top of their head. I don't want them to get halfway under and have them hit it on their back, because then they'll just squirt under the rest of the way. But if I have it where they try to go under, that hits them in the face, then they'll back up. That will keep them in. So that is why we're going 18 inches. I think that should be low enough. I might have to drop it down just a hair when we get these pigs out here. We'll have a better idea of how high we need to go with it once I see it up against them. I'm not sure what I've got at the height in the other one because I've got two strands. The one is real low, like 6 inches, maybe 9 inches off the ground, and the other one I think is 18. Well, I had to take a minute to find me a hat because my head was getting burnt, and we got the pool all up. We're starting to fill it up now. I got to get back to finishing this electric fence. I took a small break to help with the pool. Once we get that electric fence up, it's lunchtime.
Trust, and I gave you everything that you need. But you only told me lies, and you made me realize that, babe, you ain't no good for me. I can't be with you, you can't be true. And I know just what I got to do. Gonna hit the ground running, running, running just as fast as I can. Gonna hit the ground running, running, running just as fast as I can. Well,
I've made it around the entire place. There's only the spot in those weeds where it is going to be shorting out a little bit. Usually those weeds don't pull enough voltage off to make it stop working. It just depends. You can usually push through that. But we'll crank her up, give it a test, and if that is hot enough, I'm getting out of the sun because I am frying. That fence charger is quite quiet, which is usually a good sign that nothing's shorting out. Let's test it and find out. That's 4,000 volts. I think that'll do it. We're gonna call that good for now. I'm going inside to cool down. Later tonight, when it cools off, we'll come back out and maybe we'll get these pigs out here. Finally started to cool off, so we're letting these pigs out to, right now they're just out roaming. We just let them walk out into this new spot up that little alley that we made. So they're kind of figuring out their new boundaries right now. Now we've got to move the gate, we got to move their feeder, we got to move their water, and their shelter. So we got our work cut out for us still. The shelter is going to be the hardest one, I think. sure. That's heavy. Up for it dark. It's ridiculously heavy. I moved this here by myself when it wasn't all put together. There's like a frame inside, and I moved that by myself. I didn't realize that all the metal and stuff added so much weight because it's just thin tin. But yeah, there's no way in heck we're moving it, so we're gonna have to figure out something else. It's actually been a couple days since we moved the pigs. They don't have a waterer, nor their shelter still. We haven't been able to get those moved, but we did make a wallow for them where they've been able to drink out of, but we want to get them some fresh water instead of muddy water. So tonight, even though it's getting late already, we're going to try to move their water out there.
Today we are continuing the saga of the pigs. We weren't able to move their shelter out here yet because it's so heavy. So it's supposed to be close to over 90 degrees, close to 100 degrees this weekend. And these pigs are hot, 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 and they're way underweight. We've got to get them to gain at least 100 pounds in 4 weeks. So we are attempting to build a makeshift shelter out of some poles and baling twine. Pretty, but it's done. The best part is it's all made out of junk, so if they destroy it, oh well.
She's thinking about it.
Nope, not gonna go there. That's what I'm afraid of, that they'll be afraid of it. I'm going to try to entice them with some fresh pineapple and some appetite enhancer. Piggy, 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 piggy. Attempt number 2 at giving our pigs shelter did not go well. We had a storm come up and started blowing that tarp, and it flapped and flapped, and it scared all of the pigs so they wouldn't go in and eat. So completely defeated the purpose of trying to give them shade. So So tonight we are doing attempt number 3 at getting the pigs shade, and that is trying to move this shelter by jacking it up and putting it on the truck somehow.
I don't know what we're doing either.
So once you lift it up, then what?
Drive underneath.
Oh.
You know your idea is a half-baked idea when you get about this far and then you both stand there and look at it and say, now what? So I'm about to set this back down and then we're gonna do this the right way. What we should have done in the first place is just borrow a neighbor's tractor. We've got plenty of neighbors that have tractors. We're gonna borrow one, just lift it. It'll probably take us 5 minutes to move it that way. I don't even know where to go from here. I mean, it's up in the air on one end. The idea was to put it on the back of the pickup. It's too big to fit on the back of the pickup. I don't think we can get up high enough to really get it on the back of the pickup, and I can only get one end up at a time. So, moving on to plan, I don't know, 5 or 6. Getting a tractor. Off into the sunset.
Here goes our last and better be final attempt to get these pigs some shade. The neighbor came over with the tractor.
And last but not least, I didn't think I was gonna get to it, but we are gonna get this tire in. A super simple process to put these in. We will, well first, let me back up. First, we scraped out all the manure here. We have leveled this tire so that it won't just leak out one side. Last thing we have to do is just fill the bottom of it, where the rim, the little part that goes up for the rim. We're gonna fill that with Quikrete, put some water in it, done. These are way easy to put in. As we lose our daylight, the last thing we've got to do is to fill this up with water. This is quick setting concrete. It sets in about 40 minutes, so it can set underneath the water. So I'll just fill this completely full, try to keep the cows away from it for a day, drain it back down, fill it back up, should be set to go. Whew. It's been a long week. We are done with all 3 of these projects. This is awesome. We will catch you guys next time.